Hello everyone, I'm Ankur Gupta. This is my 10th video on Jasper Reports. In this video, I will be talking about how to use cascading of parameters in Jasper Reports. Now, what do we mean exactly with cascading parameters? Like we have seen few autofilling things, like suppose you select a filter, suppose a country. Then when you click on the country, you want the states which that country has. So to do that, if we click on, so suppose we select USA, so we need to have the states as Arizona and so on. So so these basically cascading refers to the linking of the two parameters based on the input value of the first one. So to start with, let me tell you how to implement this. This concept of uh, this $x in brackets in comma db field comma cascade parameter. Now in this type of this is basically the collection parameter. Suppose we are using it could be a collection parameter or a multi-select parameter or whatever we need to have in our report, as we need a multi-select or a single select or a radio or anything, whatever may be the requirement. So this is how it should be in the where clause of the report. Like the db field basically is the field which we want to link up with the previous value of the parameter. So the DB field in case of a country would be the country, and the cascade parameter country will get the user input from the parameter. Cascade parameter is the parameter which is taking the values from the user. So that cascade parameter is linking up with the DB field to generate a where clause. So this is how things are done. Like this seems to be a bit complex, but basic concept is that we need to find a equal of the parameter entered by user and put it into the SQL query so that the where clause gets modified and we get a filtered parameter select in the next parameter, basically on base of the previous parameter. So to start with, let me just tell you what are the prerequisites for this tutorial. First of all, you need a working Jasper server installation on your system. For this, I will use a 5.0.2 community edition of the Jasper server. And then to open the Jasper server, you need to go to localhost 80 localhost 8080/Jasper server. Then you need to log in with the credential as Jasper admin and Jasper admin for the password as well. And in the report, you need to test it on iReport, and if it's working on iReport, then it's like green signal to go on to deploy on the server, as those results would be like main UI is provided by Jasper server, as in the multi-select queries which you will see, or the single select query or drop downs which you would see. Basically, things looks at a user end, basically the end user end. So, without wasting much time, I will just move on to the demo portion of this video. So, I have already made a report uh, demonstrating a cascading parameter. So this is the report, how it looks like. I have I have simply used a SQL JDBC connection. I'm using MySQL for this. In this, the query which I've used here is select star from person is my table. Now this is the portion which I want you to concentrate upon. Now this where clause, this $x, the same thing we discussed earlier in, and I am selecting country as multi-select. So I'm multi-selecting the countries there. So will be an array which is passed here. So that array needs to be look up into this country. And mind you one thing, that these parameters which are used in here in this clause needs to be a collection, which could be a collection or a normal thing, but it produces a collection of things or to target something. So this works basically with collections. So now this is the profession and this is profession multi-select. Profession is one of the column in my table, as you could see here, profession, and there is country. So see, this is my DB field. This is my cascade parameter. This is my DB field again, country. This is my cascade parameter. Now, in order to run this in iReports, what we need to do is set a default value. So the default value I'm setting for this country is, like, there are two countries which I've used in this table are India and Italy. So I'm just making a new array of data, like as I've set the value as collection. So I need to pass a collection for the default value as well. So now we need to set the same for the profession. So two professions of the many I have defined in my table are engineer and the doctor. So I've again put an array as it is a collection accepting thing. So and workx I have just entered a simple number like 12 as it accepts integer. For designing part, I have just displayed these into the title so that it is pretty more clear. So it will show you what all parameter values have I selected, and the name, age, and gender, three are the columns I'm using, and that's all for the designing portion. Let me just preview this. I'm using the default value I've shown you, default value again, and the default value for the workx as well. So here is how it looks like. See, the number of name, age, gender, and the things which got selected are basically India and Italy in the country, which I have defined as a default, profession, engineer and doctor, and the workx as well. So pretty simple looking report. Let me just show you in Jasper server as well. So let me start from the beginning. The ID would be localhost Jasper server. Again, I have to need to log in here. Okay, so I have just created a report already here. I will just edit it and take you through. So this is the JRXML I've already uploaded here, so I won't change that. The same JRXML we have made in this iReport. In control and resources is what I would like to see. Show you all like what are the things which you need to do. So country multi-select, let's start with. Next. So it's a multi-select query. It selects country multi-select, and remember the name of this parameter should be exactly same as you use in the iReport. Then it should be mandatory. Then you need to define a query as we selected a multi-select query. Country multi-select, the name of the query I've used. I'm using the sample SQL DB, which I have made a connection. I will show you how to where to place exactly the jar file for the sample for the any other MySQL or any other thing. So I will show you. And this is the query which I've used. Select distinct country as I want distinctly the countries present in my DB. I'm ordering by country as well. And that's it for the parameter. And for showing purpose, I just use the value I will need as country and the visible columns are country as well. So the profession multi-select now. Again, we are defining the input control. Now this is again a multi-select query, could be any single select query also. Multi-select, this is the name, mandatory and visible, same as the previous one. Again, I will define a query for this, profession multi-select. The same sample SQL DB which I have told you, I will show you how to link it up. And this is the query basically. Now here is the twist basically. Now we need a distinct profession in country, as I'm taking a distinct profession, and the country I'm just taking for labeling purposes. I will show you what I mean by that. From persons, and where X in country and country multi-select should be exactly the same the previous the thing which you have ordered, and the multi-select, country multi-select is uh, the same parameter which we defined in previously like a minute ago, and we order it by country and then profession. Let me just save this. Now here what I was showing for the labeling purposes, for the profession is the value which I want to pass after selection, and visible column is country and profession, so that we don't have confusion, as in like if we select India, all the post like CA lecturer or doctor should be there, and I don't want to mix it up with any other like USA doctors. I don't want to mix it up with India doctors, so we would confuse basically like doctor coming up. So I just place the country there, so that defines basically how it will look like, or how which country it defines to. So I will just show you to make things clear. And workx is my last parameter. I'm defining it again, and this is the workx name. I'm using a single select query, and this is the define a query. We will define a query for a single select query, workx, and again the same sample SQL DB. And the query is a simple query like where we need to add in both of these parameters, as in the collection, the $x expression. So this is for it. Now we need to select the workx, all the workx, no need of distinct and all, we need a workx. So we will save it. I just want to show workx and pass the workx to the front end as well. So the data source, we will link up it up with sample SQL DB again. No query, as we have already written the query in the report. And let's submit this. So now let's run this report. So as you could see on the left hand side, it's getting modified. If I click here, Africa, it's Africa CA doctor engineer. So this is what I was talking about, the labeling thing. So let me select Africa and India. See, so this is how things will come. America also. So America and Italy. So see, America CA Italy doctor I want to use. So I'm selecting these two. And workx I am looking for is 13. Let me apply this. See, the country I choose is America Italy. Profession I used is CA doctor. And workx is 13 again. So pretty simple looking thing. And see, it looks beautiful on this Jasper server. Now let me just show you where to place the jar files. Now the data source I was talking about was sample SQL DB, and in the newer version like I guess 5.0.0 above, there is already a definition of this driver, and if there is, like if we try to test this, it will work. Connection pass. Sometimes it throws error. So for that, what we need to do is we need to look for the installation folder and Apache Tomcat in their library and place our jar file over here. See, I have placed mysql connector.jar. So that is how basically I have been successful in connecting it into it. So pretty simple. The path will be Jasper, the installation file, Apache Tomcat, and the library. So that's all for the demo. Hope you like my video. If you like my video, you could add me on Twitter or follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Ankur_AUG. You could follow me on Facebook. You could also view my profile on LinkedIn, and you could even visit my blogspot, that is www.ankurthetechie.blogspot.in. Here you could grab some more information on Jasper as well, or you could G plus me simply. Thank you for watching.